Orzhov Charm. Here it is. Okay, so the Orzhov Charm, bestow curse or fear. Alternately, when a creature you see within 30 feet is reduced to 0 hit points, use your reaction to drop it to 1 instead. Whoa! So you give everybody within 30 feet of you the potential to use the half orc ability. That's dope. I would love to have Death Ward just as a reaction. Yeah, right? Death Ward or the orc special. Yeah. So you just break it as a reaction and that's cool. Because then you don't have to cast it on everybody. Yeah. Nice. So you get that at rank 2 as a knight. You can become a ministrant, which gives you a servitor thrall to command. Oh, yeah. Look at that boy. So you get a thrall to help you. If it's killed, the pontiff issues a new one. You also have 2d4 knights and 48 syndics to serve you. They are nobles or acolytes. And then at rank 4, you become a pontiff. So you have ministrants, thralls, etc. In between adventures, you have an aristocratic lifestyle. Look at that. You're a badass vampire kid. Super cool. Speaking of edgelords, here's the Cult of Rakdos. So these guys are red-black, and they are all about pleasure and chaos. They are they're all about, they have this like circus, right? The Rakdos circus. And they were originally going to be entertainers. They're dealing with entertainment, mining, and manual labor, but they're a demon worshipping circus now. Tomorrow is an illusion. Everything is ridiculous. So the Rakdos, if you want to be one of these, that looks like a party. Cirque du Soleil got fucked up. Cirque de, it's not okay. Yeah, they're a bit like Warhammer Dark Elves. Let's take a look at what you get for being a member of the Rakdos. So you may join the Rakdos if you enjoy mayhem, or you like playing showy, dramatic characters at the center of attention. You're drawn to bards or warlocks, or the idea of finding a heroic way to participate in a demonic cult sounds like a fun challenge. Yeah, Joy would have been a Rakdos for sure. Sex, drugs, and demon worship. By the time you start your adventuring career, no doubt you have a great act ready to go and you're champing at the spike-studded bit to get out there. Cirque de Blood Elves. Nice. I think playing a Rakdos Bard would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, super cool. Look at him. Look at this badass lady. His queen. So their guild leader is an actual demon. His name is Rakdos. Yeah. So at rank 3, you're an extra. You're as likely to suffer injury or death during a performance as the audience members are, but that's the thrill of live theater. You can become a Sideshow Act at 10 renown. You get cacklers, stagehands, and extras to complete your adventure. You get a Rakdos Charm. You are allowed to venture into the depths of Rix Madi, the lair of the Rakdos. Let's see what the Rakdos Charm does. Rad. Crown of Madness, Hellish Rebuke, or Shatter. Hype. You can become a Blood Witch. That's cool. Become a Blood Witch. Aggressive tormentors known as Blood Witches are the closest thing the Cult of Rakdos has to ranking officials. When you become a Blood Witch, you're assigned to torment a particular enemy of the guild. Rad. Example of Blood Witches include the Judge of Judges, who targets the Azorius Guildmaster, Tormentor of the Wojek, Disintegrator of Law and Order. That's pretty good. My job is to harass and torment you. You can become a Star, which gives you your whole cast to deal with, and then eventually a Ringmaster. Rad and terrifying. All right, so what do we have left? Selesnya and Simic, right? Yeah. So the Selesnians, these are like the chaotic or neutral good elf kingdom, basically. They believe in nature, carefully tended, abundant fertility, but that builds into a community, the harmonious integration of nature and civilization. They're kind of opposed to, in some ways, but also working with the Golgari. They have great armor. Their outfits are fantastic. They're led by the Trostani, which is like a triumvirate of creatures, I think. Yeah, they're like the good guy nature guys. Yeah. Tokens. So many tokens. So yeah, look at them. Look at their armor. I love it. They got like the fanned, and then look at that hammer that Loxodon has. Damn. Centaur, giant wolf, human. Look at everybody working together. So usually they're good, usually neutral good. You might enjoy the Selesnyan Conclave if you like being part of a huge peaceful community. You like playing druids, rangers, or spiritual monks. You like, you believe in victory through respectful teamwork, overwhelming numbers, or both. Or you want a spiritual connection to something bigger than your character. If you want to be a good guy, the Selesnyan Conclave is it's a good choice. Cool. It may look like a peaceful community from the outside, but it's also an army. They have paladins and fighters. They have druids to protect them. They have this dude. Look at him. He's going to mess you up with that big tree mace. Right, Idris? Cool. So if we join the Selesnyan Conclave, we can become an evangel, which is like a preacher that serves the community. You get an additional contact. You can become a votary, which protects the gardens around the central tree. You get awakened shrubs or trees to help you. You can become a sagittar if you have a longbow. Their range and accuracy are so great that a common saying has arisen among Ravnicans. Sagittars aim their bows using maps. Don't worry, I got him. This is cute. As a Sagittar, you never have to want for arrows. Okay, what does the Selesnya Charm do? Selesnya Charm, Aura of Vitality or Conjure Animals spell. Alternately, 3 creatures of your choice within 30 feet get resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage until the end of your next turn. That's cool. What does Aura of Vitality do? Aura of Vitality. Temporary hit points? No. Until the spell ends, there is an aura of 30 feet and use a bonus action. Oh, this is good. This is a really good spell. Yeah, this shit's goat. 2d6 hit points every turn as a bonus action to anybody within 30 feet of you. So you use the charm, animals show up, or Aura of Vitality, or you protect 3 creatures from getting their ass kicked for the rest of your turn. Nice. You can become an Equinaut and ride on a Pegasus. Your Pegasus friend. You can become a Hierarch. I think most of these are just like you get people. You get a if you're a Ledev Guardian, you get a Direwolf mount, and then eventually you can become a Dignitary. That's cool. I love seeing this huge ass magic art too. Rad. And then I think Simic Combine. So these are blue-green, Simic Combine. These are the guys that made those mutants. They have labs. They're biologists, right? They're weird scientists, but they're biologists. Incremental progress toward utopian ideals of thriving biology. So again, a fun party, if you want some party tension, you would put a Simic character, an Izzet character, a Golgari character, and a Selesnyan all in the same party. And they would all just be like, yo. Yo. Let's talk about this. Cool. All right, so the Simic are, they're the weird biologists. We talked a little bit about their stuff before. Speaking of which, you might enjoy playing a character who belongs to the Simic Combine if you're drawn to the image of a mad scientist tinkering with the fundamental forces of life. You like playing curious wizards, druids, or mutants. Prying into secrets or mysteries inspires your curiosity, or you want to make the world a better place through research. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Lizard frill, yeah. Just like a weird iguanodon kind of lady. Fuck yeah, science. Cool. So there's another one. He's got a claw arm. And then what do you get for being a Simic? A technician gives you a rad. If you have a pet, mount, familiar, or animal companion, you get to mutate them. If you're a technician. That's so cool. If you are a researcher, you get the Simek Charm and a Category 1 Crassus, which we will look at. Hang on here. Let me look at the Simek Charm. So the Simek Charm is enhance ability, enlarge, reduce, or gaseous form, and it vanishes when you cast it. Okay. What the fuck is a Crassus? Mutated creature. Yep. You can become a luminary, which gives you hybrids that serve you when you're on guild business. You can have researchers, which are either commoners or merfolk. You can become a clade leader. Same thing. You have status equal to the speaker of the Zonauts. Zonauts are multiple clades. I'm just saying words. I'm reading them. I'm saying them. I kind of know what they means. We're fine. Cool. And I think that's it. Okay. So these are the backgrounds. So mechanically, if you join a guild, you can replace your normal character backgrounds. So like this is when during character creation, when you're picking things like par exemple. Let's see if this will load. So I have all of the content in Roll20. So sometimes when I open tabs, they take a while to load. You know what a background is. Yeah, it's like entertainer, folk hero, hermit, knight, sage, actor, etc. So instead, you can be part of the Azorius, right? So if you're an Azorius, if that's your background, you're an Azorius functionary, which gives you insight or intimidation. Insight and intimidation as skills, 2 languages of your choice, an Azorius insignia, a scroll containing the text of a specific law. Oh my God, you're going to be one of those guys that carries around the fucking Constitution. A bottle of ink, a pen, fine clothes, and 10 GP, 1 Xeno coins. You get legal authority, which means you have the authority to enforce the laws. Showing your badge gets you an audience with anyone you want to talk to. You're a cop. If you're an Azorius spellcaster, these are added to your list. Now remember, if you are a druid, if you are a bard, if you are a warlock, if you're a cleric, whatever you are, if you take this background, you get these spells. So this is where we start getting like some of the cool combo abilities where you're like, I don't normally have this option, but now I'm a druid with counterspell. Right? And then descriptions of how the spells might look. Blue or gold runes floating in the air. Yeah, so you get them to choose from. Yeah, added to the spell list of your class. Yeah, you don't just get them like for free, but like you shouldn't be able, normally you might not be able to cast them. And then they give you some options for rolling traits for figuring out your character. Okay, so that's what you get for being an Azorius. If you're a Legionnaire of the Boros, you get athletics and intimidation. You get 1 type of gaming set. You can choose to speak Celestial, Draconic, Goblin, or Minotaur. You get a Boros insignia, a feather from an angel's wing, a piece of a Boros banner, set of common clothes, and 2 gold. That's pretty cool. And you get Legion Station. You have an established place in the Legion. You can requisition temporary equipment, access to any garrison in Ravnica. You can rest and get attention from medics. You also get 1 gold a week, and you get a poor lifestyle. Your Boros guild spells are fire. Shit tons of fire. Firebolt, Sacred Flame, Guiding Bolt, Heroism, Aid, Scorching Ray, Beacon of Hope, Blinding Smite, Death Ward, Wall of Fire, Flame Strike. And yeah, you get an Angel Feather. I love the idea of a character who is just like a Boros character, who's like a new recruit, who's just like, I have It fell. It fell from Aurelia's wing into my hands. You can be an angel fanboy. Cool. Yeah, dramatic bursts of flame or radiance. Look, that's a pigeon feather, idiot. Hey, look. Elvish Matt Mercer. He's casting a spell, which we'll get to look at in a second. So if you are a Dimmer operative, if you're one of these guys, you get obviously deception and stealth. You choose another guild, and you can fake being in that guild. You get a disguise kit, helpful. One language of your choice, an insignia, 3 knives, dark colored clothes, starting equipment of the background for somebody else. You get a false identity. So this lets you blend into the guildless masses if you want. And then you can figure out why you're embedded in another guild. Your spells are encode thoughts, mage hand, disguise self, sleep, detect thoughts, pass without trace, gaseous form, meld into stone. So all of these spells become available to you. One of these is new. It is encode thoughts. Putting a finger to your head, you pull a memory, an idea, or a message from your mind and transform it into a tangible string of glowing energy called a thought strand, which persists for the duration or until you cast the spell again. It appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you as a tiny, weightless, semi-solid object that can be held and carried like a ribbon. It is otherwise stationary. If you cast this spell while concentrating on a spell or an ability that allows you to read or manipulate the thoughts of others, you can transform the thoughts or memories you read, rather than your own, into a thought strand. Casting the spell while holding a thought strand allows you to instantly receive whatever memory, idea, or message it contains. Casting Detect Thoughts does the same thing. It lasts up to 8 hours. It has only somatic components, and you just yank out a memory. If you're already reading someone else's thoughts, yoink, you can take their memories. Now, it doesn't say that you forget them. It doesn't say that the person forgets the memory. And I think what's cool about this is the only spell list it belongs on is the Dimir Guild spell list. No class can get this unless they are of this background, or unless they find a spell book. It's Xerox's the thoughts. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So that's what you get if you take the House Dimir background. If you were a Golgari agent, like this cool find broker. Oh, that's right. It's a cantrip, so you don't write it down. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot that it was a cantrip. Yeah. Okay, so Golgari, if you are a Golgari agent, you get Nature and Survival, Poisoner's Kit, Elvish, Giant, or Crawl. You get the Golgari Insignia, Poisoner's Kit, a pet beetle or spider, 10 GP of mixed coins you probably picked out of the sewer, and a set of common clothes. You know hidden underground pathways to bypass crowds, obstacles, and observations as you move through the city. When you're not in combat, you and your companions travel between any 2 locations in the city twice as fast as normal. The paths of the Undercity are haunted by dangers, so your journey isn't guaranteed to be safe. It's like the urchin feature, right? Yeah. Your spells are Spare the Dying. Oh, whoa, that's cool. So you could play, Spare the Dying on like a bard or a sorcerer. That's neat. Dancing Lights, Entangle, Ray of Sickness, Protection from Poison, Ray of Enfeeblement, Spider Climb, Animate Dead, Plant Growth, Giant Insect, Grasping Vine, Cloud Kill, and Insect Plague. Neat. Accompanied by a sickly green glow and a rotting stench. So Gruul Anarchs, including, this is like the barbarian version of the girl from it's the girl from Horizon, from Zero Dawn, but like angry barbarian version. So if you take the Gruul Anarch background, yeah, that's right, Aloy, totally. Animal Handling and Athletics, Herbalism Kit, Draconic Giant Goblin and Sylvan. You get a Gruul Insignia, a Hunting Trap, an Herbalism Kit, the Skull of a Boar, a Beast Hide Cloak, Traveler's Clothes, and 10 GP coins. You are a Rubble Belt refugee, so you know your way around the Rubble Belt, and you can hide in these areas where the worms rampage, overgrown parks. Okay, you get a skull, because why not? Wear it as a codpiece. If you're a Gruul character who casts spells, you get Firebolt, Produce Flame, Compelled Duel, Speak with Animals, Beast Sense, Shatter, Conjure Animals, Conjure Barrage, Dominate Beast, Stone Skin, and Destructive Wave. That's pretty cool. Let's look at Destructive Wave. Destructive Wave is normally a paladin-only spell. Strike the ground, creating a burst of divine energy that ripples out from you. Yeah, that makes sense. Knock people down. Conjure Barrage. Conjure Barrage is a ranger spell. You throw a non-magical weapon or fire a piece of non-magical ammo in the air and create a cone of identical weapons. That's cool. And then Compelled Duel is a paladin spell? Yep. Compel a creature into a duel. They have to make a wisdom save or they're drawn to you. And if they fight anybody else, it's a disadvantage. Rad. Yeah, the Gruul spells are quite good. The ability to throw like 50 goddamn daggers. Personality traits? Rah! I rarely form coherent sentences and prefer to express myself by breaking things. Oh my god, they all have one. Look, my personality trait is rah! My ideals are arg. My bonds are grarg. And my flaws are grau. That's fucking awesome. Clever writing. Nice work, team. If you're an Izzet engineer, you're going to get Arcana and Investigation. You learn Draconic, Goblin, or Vidalcan. Look at this guy. It's Mizium in there. Type of Artisan's Tools. You get Izzet Insignia, a charred and twisted remain of a failed experiment, a hammer, a block and tackle, common clothes, and a pouch of 5 gold. And your feature is urban infrastructure, basic knowledge of the structure of buildings, including the stuff behind the walls. You can find blueprints of a specific building in order to learn the details of its construction. Blueprints provide knowledge of entry points, structural weaknesses, or secret spaces. Your access isn't unlimited. If obtaining or using the information gets you in trouble with the law, the guild can't shield you from those repercussions. Izzet spells are all blue and red. Produce Flame, Shocking Grasp, Chaos Bolt, Create or Destroy Water, Unseen Servant, Heat Metal, Rope Trick, Call Lightning, Elemental Weapon, Glyph of Warding, Conjure Minor Elementals, Divination, Odaluk's Resilient Sphere, Animate Objects, and Conjure Elemental. Your spells tend to be loud, flashy, or explosive, even if the effect is unremarkable. Oh, that'd be fun. It'd be fun to play an Izzet Forge Cleric. I heal you. Fireworks. And then, yeah, you probably have a regular metal gauntlet. You're very steampunk, but also you can upgrade to a Mizium apparatus. Chaos Bolt is a favorite of Izzet spellcasters because of its unpredictable nature. Yeah, and Izzet Illusionists would be really fun, too. I cast Invisibility. Mushroom Cloud. Fuck, that's so good. I pepper my speech with the incomprehensible jargon of my trade, like Mizium droplets inserted into a weird field suspension. Somebody needs to make, if this doesn't already exist, an Izzet techno jargon generator. Do it. That's cute. Yeah, Izzet Knowledge Cleric. This is one of my favorite pieces of art in all of Magic right now. The Orzhov representative. Look at this. Look at this queen. She's got the priest like whispering to her, and then this other guy's all like, my lady. And she's just like, I'm drinking this blood. I'm drinking it. Look at my cool halo. She's so cool. All right. So if you are a member of the Orzhov, if you're an Orzhov representative, you get Intimidation and Religion. You get 2 languages of your choice, a foot-long chain made of 10 gold coins, vestments, a set of fine clothes, 1 platinum piece, a 10 Xeno coin, And you have leverage. You can exert leverage over one or more individuals below you in the hierarchy and demand their help as needs warranted. Have a message carried across a neighborhood, procure a short carriage ride without paying, or have others clean up a bloody mess you left in an alley. The DM decides if your demands are reasonable and if there are subordinates available to fulfill them. As your status grows, so too does your influence. So your pact spells are friends, guidance, command, illusory script, enthrall, ray of enfeeblement, zone of truth, bestow curse, speak with dead, spirit guardians, blight, death ward, Liamon's secret chest, and however you pronounce that one. And if you're, can you imagine like mixing this with like a law cleric? That'd be so fun. Or like the order cleric from this book. No one can ever do anything. Also, guidance as a cantrip for any spellcaster. Yeah, it's Gaius, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Swirling shadows, brilliant light, and the momentary appearance of shadowy spirit forms. Your spells might draw the blood of your enemy or directly touch their souls. Badass. Is it pronounced pregnant? All right. You could be one of these guys. Rakdos cultist, an entertainer at heart, a performer with a flair for the dramatic and a love for the spotlight. You love a good show. So you get acrobatics, performance, abyssal or giant, one musical instrument. You start with a musical instrument, a costume, a hooded lantern of wrought iron, a 10-foot length of chain with sharply spiked links, a tinderbox, 10 torches, common clothes, a belt pouch containing 10 GP, and a bottle of sweet red juice. Sweet red juice. What is this juice made of? Rakdos. Juice. All right. You have, let's see, a flair for the dramatic. Fuses standard circus-style acrobatics with fire, wrought iron spikes and hooks, and monsters. Roll a d8 or choose from the options to determine your style of performance. Spike wheel acrobat, lampooning artist, fire juggler, marionette puppeteer, pain artist, noise musician, nightmare clown. Is there any other kind? Or a master of ceremonies? Nightmare clown? Nightmare clown. So you're just a regular ass clown. Get out of here. Ugh. Your ability is, your feature is a fearsome reputation. People recognize you and they're careful not to anger or ridicule you. You can get away with minor criminal offenses, such as refusing to pay for food or breaking down a door at a local shop if no legal authority witnesses the crime. People are too daunted by you to report your wrongdoing to the Azorius. You're a gang member. You remember the clowns from Akira. Yeah, this is the pocket guild for sure. Yep. Oh, that's a fun game. What guild do your favorite streamers belong to? That's cute. You are a juggalo. Yes, this is the Juggalo Guild as well. Awesome. All right. On the other side, you can be Celebrimbor here. Aw, so pastoral, so pretty. What a elf. So Selesnya Initiate. A member of a blessed community built on the ideals of harmony. If you're a Selesnian initiate, you get nature and persuasion, one type of artisan's tools or musical instrument, elvish, loxodon, or sylvan. Oh, did we skip the Rakdos spells? Let me look. Where are the Rakdos spells? Where are they? There they are. Yeah, I skipped them. Firebolt, vicious mockery, burning hands, dissonant whispers, hellish rebuke, crown of madness, enthrall, flaming sphere, fear, haste, confusion, wall of fire, and dominate person. I think for pure ass whipping, this might be the best list. Dissonant whispers on a sorcerer, a gang background with vicious mockery, haste, right? Haste and fear. A Rakdos demon sorcerer type is pretty awesome. Yup. Pretty cool. Yeah, no hideous laughter. That's a good observation, Cycles. I mean, there's some, they didn't want to overload these, I imagine. But yeah, hideous laughter is definitely appropriate. Cool. So Selesnya, you get Common clothes, some gold, a healer's kit, and shelter. You can count on your guildmates to provide shelter and aid. Rest in any Selesnya enclave unless you've proven to be a danger. They'll shield you from the law or anyone searching for you, though they won't risk their lives in this effort. In addition, you get free healing and care at a Selesnyan enclave. And your spells are Druidcraft, Friends, Aid, Animal Friendship, Charm Person, Animal Messenger, Calm Emotions, Warding Bond, Plant Growth, Speak with Plants, Aura of Life, Conjure Minor Elementals, Awaken, and Commune with Nature. So you're like, it feels like you become a nature cleric that isn't a druid. Members of the Conclave refer to their magic as Doruvati, a Sylvan word meaning gift. When you use the gifts of Mat Selesnya, graceful swirls of green and silver dance in the air. Cool. Whoa. That's so cool looking. What? That's so badass. Imagine a perfect world, one in which nature and civilization exist in harmony, adapted to each other, one in which life is shaped to match the environment and the environment shaped to match life. Master Breeder, yeah. A Simic Scientist gets Arcana and Medicine, 2 languages of your choice, Commoner's Clothes, Research Notes, an ink pen, squid ink, a flask of oil, vat of acid, vial of fish scales, seaweed, jellyfish stingers, unidentified slime, and a belt pouch with 10 gold. You're part of a clade, a diverse group of individuals combining disparate talents in search of a common goal. A hull clade, a fin clade, a gyre clade, the Guardian Project, the Crypsis Project, or an independent researcher. Neat. Your feature is when you attempt to learn or recall a magical or scientific fact, if you don't know it, you know where and from whom to obtain it. Usually this means a Simic lab or an ISIT facility, a library, university, or independent scholar. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. Rad. So if you don't know it, you know where to find out. Your guild spells are Acid Splash, Druidcraft, Detect Poison and Disease, Expeditious Retreat, Jump, Alter Self, Enhance Ability, Enlarge Reduce, Gaseous Form, Water Breathing, Wind Wall, Freedom of Movement, Polymorph, and Creation. Create non-living objects of vegetable matter within range. Neat. Let's conjure shit up. So these are all kind of like altering spells. They're not really strong on their own, but they're like, yeah, they're okay. Yeah. I can't wait to see what I become next. Can you play a Golgari druid? Hell yeah, there's a special druid just for the Golgari. Yeah. Cool. Why are you showing me Chaos Bolt? I know how Chaos Bolt works. Oh, I guess because it's reprinted here. Ah, right, because we're looking at spells. Chaos Bolt, we looked at Encode Thoughts already. And now we're in the setting. So that's all the character and class stuff. And I'm not going to detail the whole city and its setting, because that's, I mean, I don't know. You'll know what's relevant to you, but we can look at the maps. So let's take a peruse. Now remember, Ravnica is an entire world, a plane that is a single city. There's a word for that, but I can't remember what it is. There's like a Latin word or something for like city world. This is where the game takes place in the 10th district. So this is our world map. This is one district in the whole world. Ecumenopolis. Thank you. Sick. Yeah. So you can see that they've given us this to kind of like play in. And there is a ruined area in Precinct 4 where you could go if you're a Gruul. There's a bunch of like city stuff. There's a Selesnyan enclave up here, presumably. Number 8. Vitu Ghazi. There's The Chamber of the Guild Pact. So this is our area. This is our area where this takes place. And if you're hurting for like a setting kind of like Sigil, for example, this might scratch that itch. So we get that map, and then it's broken down into individual precinct maps, right? A tighter look at each precinct. Look, it's Orzova and the Vicopa Bank. Down at Vicopa Cabana. No, so Dissonance, if people hear this setup and they say, my character doesn't belong to any of the guilds, cool. You don't get any of the good stuff. You get to be guildless. That's fine. You're allowed. It's just boring. I think, anyway. So there's Precinct 2. Augustin Station, and the statue, New Prav. So these are all, do we have a scale on any of these? I don't think so. Did the book give us a scale? No, they did not. Okay. Precinct 3. Vitugazi. Concordance. Yeah, this is the big Selesnian like tree. Yeah. The first map had one. Yep. Yeah, let's take a look, because I'm curious what our, let me look. Yep, there's a scale. Okay, so does the map have a scale built in already, or should I adjust it? Yeah, no. So 30 feet is 2 miles. So 15 feet. No, wait, that's all right. 18 feet is a mile. How is the 1 marker not halfway? Do I not understand how maps work? Anyway, it's 2 miles. The district, 30 feet is 2 miles. So, I'm starting at point. No, see, it's 0.5. Start at 0. That's why. Why? Oh, because it's okay. It doesn't start at 0. So I do not understand how those work. 25 feet is 2 miles. Okay. 25 feet. So, okay. It's just like a little over 5. Yeah, 10 miles, something like that. Give or take 4 miles. Yeah. Anyway, you could very easily just change this in Roll20. 4 to 5 miles across. Yeah. Math. Okay. So like, it's pretty small. Yeah. Why does the scale need negative numbers? I don't know. It's like San Francisco, this district. Yeah. 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 Okay. Neat. Yeah, so there's maps for all the different precincts, slightly larger than Manhattan. Precinct 4. There's Sunhome, where the Boros are. The Red Wastes. It's a good thing it's right next to. And then I assume all of this stuff is detailed in the book, like what the blister coils are. Oh, there's Zonot 7. So this is the Simic area. Nice. And then Precinct, Wayport, Midori Park. Neat. I'm excited to explore this. I want to, it's a place to set things. And then we also get each different faction, or each guild gets their own little map. So these are the Dyson Logos or Dyson Logos style maps. I think Dyson did these. So this is a jail, basically. An arrestor station, a Legion garrison, a Dimir safe house, an Undercity, what is this? Undercity something? Mansion? Yeah, it's a manor. Undercity manor. A Gruul rubble belt encampment. An Izzet experimental workshop. Orzhov Grand. Ooh, Orzhov Grand Basilica. Check this out. Cool. A Rakdos nightclub. Rakdos nightclub featuring such exciting features as an entry vestibule and suspended cages. Hanging cages, backstage. Yeah, so a Rakdos nightclub. You got to know the floors in that place. Oof. A Selesnya. What is this place called? A Verndari Center. Oh, it's like a garden and like a big tree. Oh, that's cute. This is a nice map. And then lastly, this is a Simic growth chamber. Ugh. Simic growth chamber. Neat. Oh my god, are you lactose intolerance? Nice. Okay, cool. So those are the maps that we get. Let's jump back to the main page here, and we'll look at what the next chapter is. So this is the 10th district. This is chapter 3. And each chapter details all the different precincts. Let me get my shortcut to the Guildmasters Guide table of contents. Here we go. Okay, so guilds, the 10th district. This is all the GMing advice, creating adventures. So this bit gives you a sample adventure to run off of, right? We talk about Krenko's Way, which I'm not going to detail in case you want to play it. The idea here is that it expands on chapter 3 in the Dungeon Master's Guide. So it gives you guild-based adventures, choosing guilds, and like how to make your game feel specifically like a Ravnica adventure, right? And yes, that's true. Mads pointed out there are lots and lots of really helpful macros. So there's all these tables and stuff. Mads, where's the easiest way? Do they? Oh yeah, look. Holy shit, you weren't kidding. All the tables in the book have their own rollable mother of God. Let's see. We need a Rakdos villain. A demon captures people and makes a game of thwarting their efforts to escape. Yeah, I wonder who put in all the hard work to make these macros. Whoever did that, they're great. Somebody put in a lot of time and effort. Good work, Mads. Yeah, so anything there's a table, you can find it as a macro or what? What is this? Check this out. Okay, watch. Okay, P1 response time. While in precinct 1, the response time to a crime is 6 minutes, with a squad of an Azorius law mage and 3 soldiers. For more information, see Precinct 1. Whoa! You can't see it because I'm in your way, but look. So it outputs how long it'll take the cops to show up, depending on what precinct you're in. That is so cool. That's pretty hype. I like that. That's really neat. Rad. So all of these have their own macro, and you can figure out where your adventure is set, linked locations, set up your villains, your objectives. All of this stuff is structured specifically to help you build out a Ravnica adventure. Going on a dungeon delve, you will probably include one of these guilds. Going out to the wilderness, here you go. Plots and intrigue. And so basically it cuts out all of these things. You could insert them into the Dungeon Masters Guild and you'd use the 2 to figure out how to build an adventure. I will be using all of these tools if I run, and I probably will, run a Ravnica campaign. I will dig through this stuff. How to involve the characters. We'll walk through all this. We'll be doing, I'm going to skip it for now because all of this stuff will focus in much more detail when I prep for a campaign set in this universe, when we do a Ravnica game. Yeah. Cool. So that's the GM's chapter. It's full of all kinds of useful stuff that I'm gonna skip over right now because I don't want to go into it in huge detail and take 7,000 years. But what I do want to look at are treasures, friends, and foes. I want to look at more stats. I want more mechanical shit. What else has this game got for me? So we've seen some of the treasure, right? We looked at the guild charms. Let's see what else they got. They got this guy and his little homunculus praying to the Church of Money. So there's talk about coins and how they work. There's some weird coinage. So you can change the coin type. Azorius makes zibs and Orzhov make alms coins for copper. Silver are Azorius Senate coins that are worth 25 copper. Electrum, the Azorius make 50 Zib coins that are like Electrum. Gold are 1 Xeno, and they come from Azorius or Boros. And then platinum pieces. I like how the Orzhov are like, no, we only make tiny shitty coins for losers or awesome 10 Xeno coins for rich people. That's it. Yep. Zibs and Xenos. Okay, so we looked at all the charms already, right? Azorius, Boros, Nimir, Golgari. We looked at all those and what they did when we looked through the order before. So I will skip those. Let's go back to my table of contents here. So we've seen the guild charms. Let's look at what we got for magic items. So let's see. Oh, and of course they're broken up by guild, right? So like anybody might be interested in these, which is from this book. We'll look at those in a second. But if you're an Azorius, these might be useful, like the Iron Bands of Bolaro or a Rod of Alertness. Plus, if you kill a random person, let's say like, oh, we've killed this random Is-It researcher and they have a magic item. Let's see what it might be, right? So Orzhov items, Rakdos items, what they might desire or have. And then let's see what the unique ones are. So Mizium is a steel alloy infused with magic. It's as hard as adamantine, except when it's a gas. It has a high melting point, except when it's liquid. Is-It chemisters explain that Mizium helps maximize metasteam potentials, realize fractional element binding, and transduce local weird field radicals. But nobody understands what the fuck that means. It's unobtainium. It's magic. Okay. So, a guild key rune is not a literal key. It's a badge of authority that gives you access to privileged places. When you use an action to command the word and place the rune on the ground, it transforms into a creature. It's friendly to you and members of your guild and your companions, and it lasts for a specific duration depending on the key. That's cool. So an Azorius key rune becomes an eagle that you can see through its eyes. A Boros key rune becomes a veteran human. What? Okay. Yeah, you just summon a person, just a veteran human. He doesn't have a personality or a name or anything. Hey, I'm Frank. I'm Frank the Boros. That's Doyle. It's me. I'm Doyle. I'm a Boros. I'm your key. I'm here to help you. The Dimir key rune summons an intellect devourer that resembles the Dimir guild symbol with 6 blade-like legs. Jesus. So like this like terrifying intellect devourer. That's way cooler than fucking Doyle. Stupid Doyle. The Golgari key rune summons a giant scorpion. The Gruul summons a rhino. Yeah, these are all taken directly from magic. The Boros key rune turned into an artifact soldier. The Is-It key rune turns into a galvanize weird. We'll show you the galvanize weird later. Orzhov summons a winged thrall. And the Rakdos summons a cackler. Selesnya gets a direwolf. And Simic gets you a category 1 Crassus with grabber and stabilizing legs. You can also get guild signets. Guild signet awards you magical properties and an indicator of the guild's recognition and favor. It has 3 charges. You can use the charge to cast these things. Okay, that's cool. Uncommon guild signet. So you can just cast it from a ring. Ensnaring strike, heroism. These seem fine. You can cast them every round if you have the charges. Kind of neat to have an extra bonus one. Give some magic spells to people who don't have spells. All right. Illusionists Bracers. Powerful illusionists of House Dimir made them. I'm not sure whether they're called Illusionist Bracers, but damn. Whenever you cast a cantrip, use a bonus action to cast it again. So you just get double cantrips. And then if you combine that with, yeah, right, Eldritch Blast, it's a magic card. Okay, cool. Yeah, double Eldritch Blast. Pretty cool. Yeah. So many blasts. We saw the Mizium apparatus, which I think is super fun and cool. It's kind of wild magic gauntlet. Mizium chain shirt. Any crit becomes normal. In addition, we are subjected to a magical effect that allows you to make a strength or con save. For half damage, you take none instead. Okay, magically enhanced chainmail armor. Yeah, many of these magic items are from the yeah, Mizium. There you go, Mizium scale mail. Is there Mizium plate mail? Oh man, a Mizium breastplate. Do you have like the big best one? Mizium half plate. What else you got? Mizium ring mail. Okay, so you can make Mizium into just about any goddamn armor. Mizium splint. Mizium plate. Oh man, a suit of Mizium plate armor would be so cool. A short tube, 2 feet long and 6 inches in diameter, made of Mizium that fires a glowing ball of molten metal. Boom. A 30-foot cone of molten Mizium for 5d4 fire damage, or a hail of molten projectiles in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder on a point you can see within 60 feet for 5d8 damage. It has 4 charges and regains 1d4 every day. That is fucking cool. Yeah, melt-a-gun. Moodmark paint. That's a card. This is explicitly a card from the game. It is a Golgari paint that you apply to a face, and the changes in the mark mask or the changes in the mask mark your face. So when you have emotions, it changes, and people can make a DC 10 wisdom save to see what your feelings are. So that's kind of cool. Dark elves have advantage on this check. It's neat. You can get a Pariahs Shield. Soldiers of the Boros Legion consider it an honor to bear the shield, even knowing it might be the last honor they receive. The front of the shield is sculpted to depict a grieving human face. You get a +1 bonus to AC for every 2 allies within 5 feet of you while you use the shield, in addition to its normal bonus. When a creature you see within 5 feet takes damage, use your reaction to take that damage instead of them. When you do, the damage changes to force. Man, a Boros Paladin is cool. So, like, you got the shield, and people are pummeling your friends, and you're just taking the damage. That's why it's, like, crying, right? And it changes the damage to force. So if you could somehow get, like, force resistance, you just, like, tank the shit out of all the damage that you take. That is super cool. I like it. Like it. That's great. Yeah, Boros Barbarian. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah, it's like a whole class feature. Yeah. Peregrine Mask just gives you a 60-foot flying speed and advantage on initiative. Holy shit, that's dope. I was like, flying speed, that's cool. But then advantage on initiative, that's also cool. Yeah. Rad. I want that. I want one of those. We talked about the Pyro Converger. This is the Is It Flamethrower. A Rakdos, here we go, Rakdos magic item, a Rakdos Right Knife. +1 bonus to attack and damage, cruelly serrated. When you kill a creature, it absorbs its soul. It can hold up to 5 souls. For each soul in the dagger, it deals an extra 1d4 necrotic damage. What? While the dagger is in 5 feet of you, your dreams are haunted by whispers from trapped souls. Can you fucking imagine? So backstab with that thing, right? So sneak attack with 5 souls in it, get a crit, and also like throw in something like the psychic knives or whatever. Holy hell. And as a bonus action, you can release souls to gain hit points. And if it holds 5 souls, as a reaction when you hit someone, you can release all 5. If they have less than 75 hit points, DC 15 con save or die. Holy crap. So you stab them, deal damage, which is the 5d4 necrotic, plus your regular damage. And if they have less than 75 hit points, it has to make a DC 15 save or die. Damn, Rakdos. Damn. That's badass. I want one of those. You can get a Skyblinder Staff, which is a +1 staff. If a flying creature attacks you, you can use your reaction to flare it, and it makes disadvantage on the attack roll. And they have to make a DC 15 con save or be blinded. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the right knife is badass, hey? Can you charge it up on sewer rats? Yes, probably. I mean, when you kill something, right? So this is very specific, but, you know, it's from a magic card. It seems like it could be useful if you're fighting Skyjecks. Yeah, and it gives you a +1 to spell attacks. That's true, too. Yep. The Spy's Murmur. We talked about this. This is the headpiece that lets you communicate with other people that have it. Okay. A Sun Forger. A magic weapon that is a +2 bonus to attack and damage. You throw it. It vanishes in an explosion. 20 feet within that explosion takes 66 fire damage on a failed dex save. Afterwards, you cause it to appear in your hand. Okay, rad. So a throwing weapon that you hurl and it explodes, and it causes a fireball, basically. Nice. Hammer of fireballs, yep. Or sword of fireballs. It doesn't matter. It's a Destiny Titan, yep. A Sword of the Paruns. It's a +1 sword. You can enable a creature within 60 feet to make an attack after you attack. You can immediately take the dash action and enable someone else to dash. You can dodge and enable someone else to dodge. Whoa, whoa. There's a lot of good. This is crazy for a tank, right? If you had the Sword of the Paruns and that Force Shield, you're up front tanking the hits, and you're taking the dodge action and letting someone else also take the dodge action as a reaction. That's pretty fun. Yeah, dodge action's great. That's super cool. Sword of the Paruns with cunning action. Like you're taking dodge, you're moving around. Yeah, neat. The Voyager Staff. You get a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. While you're holding it, you get a +1 bonus to spell attacks. It has 10 charges. You can banish, blink, misty step, pass wall, or teleport. It's like a wizard staff for getting around. Okay. Cool. Monster time. All right, if you're one of those people who, when you pick up a D&D book, you throw right to the back so you can check out all the cool monsters, welcome. Welcome to that bit. Here we go. So this is going to be monsters and NPCs from the game. This is a good opener. It looks like a horrific Simic experiment fighting a Selesnya tree creature. Let's take a look and see what we got. So the stat blocks in here will say if it belongs to a guild. If so, they have the spells from that guild. So of course, the Roll20 version of this has the page with all the pre-gen tokens, including this cool boy.
Hi. Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody.
There's some big boys on this page. All right, we'll come back here. It's a lot of teeth. Okay, so creatures organized by guild. There are a few guildless creatures. It talks about how you can fit in creatures from other places, right? But let's take a look at the new special shit. I want to see the new shit. Let's see it. All right. Azorius Sphinxes. So a regular Sphinx plus this stuff. Oh, this is so helpful. So it's like, okay, here's how Sphinxes are different as part of the Azorius. And then here are some creatures that belong to the Azorius that you might need, right? You might need the stats for an owl or a giant owl. You might need a giant eagle, an arrestor, which is a veteran or a knight. Cool. So how to translate Magic the Gathering words into, right, lizard folk. They're Vyashino. Azer, our flamekin. Cool. Okay, I'm actually gonna skip over all those things because you can read those. You can read those yourself. I want to see the new ones. Show me the new monsters. Bestiary. Here we go. Bestiary. Stat blocks by creature type. All right. Give them to me. So, Ravnica Angels. Physical manifestation of justice and righteousness. Similar to human women with 2 large feathered wings. They don't need to eat, drink, or sleep. Because they're badasses. Ravnican demons are creatures called devils or minor demons akin to quasits. Larger demons embody evil qualities. Diabolical demons. Many of the demons are monstrous winged creatures in human-like form. They're best represented by Nalfeshni, Shadow Demon, or Vrock. Oh, this is so cool. So it like explains, like, this is what it is in D&D. This is how it's different in Ravnica. Let's explain that. Here's giants and how they're different. Oh, that's so cool. Kind of like they talked about with elves, right? The difference between a dark elf and horrors. Scary horrors. The difference between a dark elf in Forgotten Realms and a dark elf in this. Okay, cool. So this lays out customizing horrors and how to build your own. He's cute, isn't he? And is it weird? Yes, it is. Is it weirds are a type of creature that combine 2 opposing elemental types. We'll get to some examples of weirds when we get to the specific one. There's your weirds, Dave. So it's like they take 2 opposing elemental bits and mash them together. And then a Crassus is a morphology from multiple creatures. Yeah. So when you make a Crassus, you can roll randomly to see what their adaptations are based on the default stat block. And then the Crawl, who are part of the Golgari swarm. Another Simic hybrid. And Thralls. The Orzhov Syndicate rips the soul from its body to create a spirit. The cast-off remains go to flesh mages, who use their necromantic magic to liquefy the corpse and transform it into something useful. These creations become thralls. Ew. Gross. All right, here we go. This is what I wanted to get at too. So vampires in Ravnica, they differ from the monster manual. They lack the traits and abilities that those vampires boast, but lack the weaknesses that hinder them. What they have in common is a thirst for blood and the fact that they are undead. So they're pretty much just like immortal blood-sucking humans. Not like, so I think you could pretty easily be like, I'm a human, but instead I'm a vampire. I drink blood. And so you can maybe give them a bite attack. They'd be really easy to put together a race for, I think. So that's cool. All right. So I think this is the first monster. Here we go. So we've got Battle Force Angel, which is an angel that gets flyby. Let's just jump right to the stat block. 66 hit points, CR 5 angel, damage resistance to fire and radiant, immunity to charm, exhaust, and frightened, 18 armor class, 66 HP, 90 flying speed. They're very fast. They're immortal. They got flyby, resistant to magic, and then just attacks. And then I guess they can pick 3 creatures to inspire. Okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah. Ravnican vampire could be like a feat. Yeah. Not a race. That's way better, Sardrin. Yeah. Ravnican vampire. Like you get, cause then if you're a human, you can take it at first level. That's so cool. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. So there's a Battle Force Angel. It's our first angel. What else we got? A Firemane Angel. Ugh. This is that angel that threatens you until you punch yourself in the face. So there's an example, Firemane Nevena. Firemanes are single combat holy champions and paragons of war. It looks like all angels have flyby. These ones get compelled duel, Guiding Bolt, Daylight, and Fireball. Resistance to magic, and they get Relentless. So the first time they die, oh my god, Jesus, she's fast. 120 fly speed. And then it's just attacks on top of her relentlessness. This is kind of a cool ability. Once per short rest, you have to deal her more than 21 damage to kill her. 18 AC, 135 hit points. So fast. Yeah, this angel does not appear to be immortal. Yeah.